Too loud. Let's start again. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to episode 23 of BDA Chat. It's my favourite time of the week. Joining me on this week's chat, we've got the ever golfering Rob. We've got for the first time ever on the podcast, we've gone to jeans and a white t-shirt. It's Mr. David Knowles.
Hello.
And we've got the ever relaxed Camilla.
Hello.
So this week on BDA Chat, we're going to talk about brands and what brands mean to people, how we perceive a brand. So I guess the first question we need to ask is why there is no news. There is no news because there's no news this week. Because we feel there's a lot to talk about brands, so we're just going to skip news and go straight into it. So, who wants to tackle the main subject of what is a brand?
I can do that.
Of course you can.
Yes, I can do that. So, what is a brand? So, a brand is there's two sides to a brand. There's a brand, and then there is a brand name. Okay, and if we think back to where brand, the name or the word brand came from, that it was the branding of cattle, the branding of produce, to enable people to distinguish between one person's goods and another's.
That's mine.
Okay, so that's where it came from. Some time ago, when these things were burnt into the side of cattle, etc., or pieces of wood, or whatever it might be. I know, and obviously that's now developed into what we now know it as. So a brand. What is a brand? So you've got a brand is not just a logo. A brand is all the other emotional and indeed factual things that actually accompany that name. So whether it's a product, that product will look a certain way, it will feel a certain way, it will do certain things. But also that brand, that product might create certain emotions or feelings inside of the person that is looking at it or using it or being associated with it. There's then obviously brand names. So a brand name, so for example, if we use Coca-Cola, when Coca-Cola was created in Atlanta all those years ago, the people that created it wanted to differentiate it, show it was different from the other products which are out there that might also look fizzy and caramel coloured. Okay, so they put a brand name against it. Okay, so if we look to David Ogilvy, he defined a brand as the intangible sum of a product's attributes. So I think there's, that. So if we look at some of the really the good brands, brands.
Sorry, that does,
I like that. Sounds clever.
Does it sound clever?
Yeah. The intangible sum.
So if let's talk a little bit about brands. I think I've gone on enough.
Really, I like that.
No,
we've got the factual side of things. So how something looks, how something feels, smells, works, and then those emotional. So the emotions it provokes. How does it make you think?
Yeah. I think it's a psychological element and the impact that has. I was listening to some stuff from Rory Sutherland, who works for Ogilvy One. We'll put a link in the description, but he's really great. I like him a lot. I listen to quite a lot of his stuff, and he says that things are not what they are what we think they are. And that's so true. It's about what we think that brand is because of how it makes us feel. For the customer service that we've had from that brand, for those times that they've delighted us. I once got stuck in somewhere abroad and the plane company went bust, and Virgin, Richard Branson said, I'll take everyone home for free.
What?
So,
yeah.
30,000 people or something ridiculous all flew home for free when the other airline had gone bust, because that builds loyalty. How did that make me feel? I was really, because I was at the airport crying my eyes out, how am I going to go home? It was really dramatic in a hot country, not knowing what to do. And all of a sudden there's a Virgin, plane. Oh my God, that's just perfect. Brand perception. So it's actually, not what they are as such, it's how they make us feel and what we think they are. Yeah,
I think a brand makes you buy into the vision, and I think vision's a big part of brand. So whether it's the Virgin way of doing things, you very much become part of that vision.
You believe in it.
Yeah.
You kind of take part in it, and you
exactly
let yourself freely go with that brand.
Yeah, because you're labelling yourself with that product, aren't you?
Yeah, you're associating yourself.
Absolutely. By using a GoPro camera, what are you saying about yourself?
I'm adventurous.
Absolutely.
I'm exciting.
It evokes a certain
I do
emotions
stuff.
Yeah.
I surf.
I do stuff.
Or you could be saying that you know actually nothing about cameras.
You could also be saying that if you're somebody who knows a lot about
Motion nerd alert. Motion nerd alert.
If they only work outdoors.
But
True.
Or Aston Martin or Brewdog or any of these other, these brands.
Brewdog.
Or green and blacks.
Chocolate.
Yeah, be aspiring to be part of that brand.
Yeah, and some people go so far as to have a tattoo of it on themselves, won't they? If they really believe in it, like Harley Davidson.
Yeah, that's absolutely the pinnacle of buying into a brand, isn't it?
Well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also like Iron Man.
Branding yourself.
So if you've done an Iron Man, there's a lot of people who go out and they'll get a tattoo.
Yeah.
On their calf muscle or
Has
something. Jamie
got a
has one of
tattoo?
those because he's done an Iron Man.
I have to flash up a little picture.
So,
of his tattoo.
that's real buy-in to what that means because you are willing to put that on your skin for the rest of your life for people to look at and say, you're an Iron Man or you ride a Harley Davidson.
Or you shop at Lidl.
Is that what you've got?
That's what I've got.
Well, if you've got a little carrier bag.
Yeah.
Or even little tattoo.
Yeah.
Where would you put your little?
Do you know what? That you got me thinking there. When you now you go into a shop and they go, do you want to carry a bag now?
Mm-hmm.
Particularly when you're doing retail shopping, so you're clothes shopping.
Yeah.
And they must hate it when I go no and I put it in the other brand's bag. So let's say I'm in Top Man, for instance, and I put it in an H&M bag rather than buying it. They must go, damn it, we're missing out there now. You didn't used to.
They could turn around and say, do you want to buy a bag for 5p? No, that's all right, I've got this little one. No, put that way. Have this one for free.
Yeah, I don't think they can because of environmental.
You're not allowed to give them
By law,
No.
you can't do it.
No, they can't do it.
But anyway, so I went off on one there, but
Yeah.
bags.
But think about branding. Branding companies spend millions on creating a brand, creating that emotional feel on the packaging, tone of voice, all of that stuff to make you aspire to have it or to have that in your life.
Make it desirable.
You think of some of the commodities that we buy: coffee, tea, rice, water. Water is something that we all need and we can get it out of a tap. But there are some people who will spend £80 on a bottle of water.
Why?
David, are you one of these people?
No.
Just making sure.
It's like
Absolutely
Cribs.
not.
You go into his house and it's just all the bottles of the water in his fridge.
So
why?
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 Because they can.
Yes.
So
Because other people see them with it.
absolutely.
I know.
So there's this Svalbardi luxury water, £80 a bottle. We'll put a link in the
There are
stuff.
other bottles of water available.
Yes, there are.
Easier to spell also.
Yes, it is. But so I believe it's Harrods are selling this.
Nice.
This luxury
Does
water.
it come from some
And
Himalayan...
No, close. It's harvested from icebergs off the coast of Svalbard, a
That's
group of
not
islands
nice.
between Norway
That's
and the
made
North
up.
Pole. And they only produce 13,000 bottles of this in one time, and they only produce 2 lots of this per year because they collect 15 tons of water from these ice caps each time.
I'm
they go.
sold. I want a bottle of this water.
So-
I want the job.
From
I just want to
Svalbard.
be standing on an iceberg.
So amazing, but people obviously buy it. But that's the power
Yeah.
of branding, that association. I've got this. It's a commodity we can all get out the taps. Yet we're prepared to spend money on something. Okay, maybe not the extent of £80 a bottle, but even the likes of Evian or all the other ones which are out there that you can buy for a few quid.
It's
Why
the
do we do
packaging
that?
as well,
It's
isn't it?
packaging,
It's the
absolutely.
packaging.
There's a whole experience
Comes
in
as
a
well
nice
that
glass
comes with it.
bottle.
So it's I see so many brands. It's the experience, even literally of when you unbox them. It's now an experience with a lot of brands where you get that feel and it's
Tactile.
tactile. That's the word I'm looking for. And
Yeah.
everything about it just makes you buy into that quality, that sense of this is a moment.
Yeah.
And I think that's just another big part
Well,
of
it's
it.
design,
the
isn't it?
experience, design.
It's design.
Yeah.
Taking it back to what we're about. It's about having that creativity right from that moment as part of that brand experience. When you go, I've seen somebody using that, walking down the street using that product. I'm going to go on their website to find out about that. And now I've seen that, I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy it. Because actually I want a Sonos speaker, so I'm going to go to their Sonos store and I'm going to get that brand experience while I'm in there because I want to be associated with that. And then I'm going to take that home and I'm going to be part of that audiophile group of people who are into their digital wireless speakers.
Do brands give consumers and you and I, does it add to our identity?
Yes.
I think that's what you...
Totally.
Yeah.
It taps into the psychology of us and what we want to be. And I think some brands, creatively, that's where they go wrong.
Yeah.
So the creative, bear with me on this.
Mm-hmm.
The creativity comes from the creative people.
Yeah.
They share it with the logical people because we have to, because we're looking at what's the ROI, what's the... So here's a big creative idea, goes through to a logical person. It's never the other way around. It's never a really logical, data-driven idea that then they go, let's give it to some crazy creative people and then let's push it out there. Does that make sense? So we prioritise logical ideas rather than psychological ideas.
Yeah.
As
Does
a
that make
consumer,
sense?
As a human
no,
being.
the other way round.
Yeah.
Because if it's the other way around, it can be so illogical, our purchase, because of the emotional attachment to that.
Exactly. But some brands do it wrong by just doing the logical side rather than the creative, tapping into the psychology of people who buy their products and why they buy them.
Yeah.
That's off at a tangent, but
no, it's right.
That's what Airbnb did, I think. Yeah,
Go on.
when Airbnb launched in, I think it was either Hong Kong, they were completely, no one knew who they were. And the creative directors, or the marketing team said, right, we'll go get 20 off-the-wall creatives. For anything from actors to studio performers to artists. And they gave them the remit of what Airbnb was about, what their ethos was about, and they said, go and produce something. And then they had a whole campaign, I think they released all this material that these artists produced as a way to promote Airbnb. And it was just about making a noise. It wasn't about trying to...
Rather than something very structured and logical and to say
giving
your
the power to the
message.
creatives.
Yeah. Because, I think we, as human beings, we want to belong, don't we? We want to be in little tribes.
Yeah.
And, so I guess that's the power then of groups. So you have your groups on Facebook groups, for argument's sake, where you want to associate yourself as part of that group. So it could be, I don't know, if you're a motorcyclist, a Triumph motorcycle group or an owners club. And then you're going to wear their clothing because actually you want people to go, hey, he rides one of them.
Yeah. I think
like
sometimes
that. Iconic British.
Yeah.
Providing a service, though. I think some brands, you've got all that, you've got what they stand for.
Yeah.
But I think some brands look at what is needed in the market, like this away, the startup away, that basically looked on social media about how people packed to go on holiday, and they took all that research and they said, right, there's a gap in the market here for us to produce different types of luggage. And they went away and produced this luggage based on what people wanted. And if you look at Sonos, for me, Sonos wasn't about their branding. Don't get me wrong, it's nice stuff. The fact that it works was, for me, because when it first came out, Sonos didn't work with Spotify, Sonos didn't work with a lot of things, but they were really active in user feedback. They were really active because I'll be on Twitter, why does this not work with Spotify? You're missing a trick. And they're like, we know, we're working on it, it's coming. So rather than just completely ignore you.
They hit that market though, didn't they? There was nothing like that.
Brands now need to
Bang &
have
Olufsen maybe.
a humanised element where you expect them to. I expect a brand now to always have 24-hour support.
Yeah.
So if it's Sonos, if it's anybody, Amazon, anyone, if you want to talk to one, I expect the advent of bots.
I saw, just on what you're saying, I saw a quote the other day, and I thought it's quite controversial, but it's got that relevance. It's the human-centric, and it was companies don't build brands anymore, consumers build the brand.
Absolutely. That's perception.
And it's that perception. And I think I thought it was apt because yes, more and more so now in the age that we're in, it kind of ties into what we're speaking about, the generation that we spoke about, I think, a week or two ago. And it's less about what brands are saying about themselves now, and it's more about what the users, the people, the consumers are saying. So, people have less buy into what brands are necessarily saying, and actually they're looking to those reviews, and that's why so many brands are using influencers who are seen as users and part of communities, going back to identity.
Brand ambassadors.
And then they're getting the most traction that way, and that's why still influencer marketing, I know there's been some contradictory sort of, it's dying, it's growing.
Some of the facade in that, I think it is changing, but you remember I went and saw that ASOP talk from the creative, was she the creative director brand? I'll double check. But what was great about that brand and what I expect from brands now is I want to walk into one of their stores. I want it to smell how I expect it to smell, look, audio, everything. It's on the senses as much as a product that I buy. I want my whole experience to be something that I pay attention to. And I think that's lovely. And that is a brand that do it really, really well because they've considered every single one of those senses that you have and the people that they connect with as part of, you know, whether that's affiliate marketing or is very aligned to their brand and their purpose. And so it just fits beautifully and it makes it quite a nice experience. And you don't see through it. It doesn't feel fake. It feels really genuine. And it makes that whole shopping experience with their brand lovely.
Yeah, well, you think where brand is going, it isn't just about the logo and it's not just about how something looks.
It's much bigger.
It's the feels. It is how it smells.
Yeah. They have a perfume made for their stores, you know.
It's the voice, the chatbot that they have in the future has.
And his personality.
Or his or her personality. Yeah. You know, how do you start to define that as an organisation? And what type of company are we? You know, often we'll ask, so if you're a brand, what personality would you be? Or what car would you be? Or what supermarket would you be? You know, you know, and that's sometimes where you can start with something like this.
Not a random connection. The thing with Aesop is they picked people who were really aligned with, as I said, their brand. Yeah. But there was a reason why. It wasn't just because let's find a skincare guru, let's go with them. Because I think consumers see past all that now. Yes. And it seems very fake and it seems very salesy. And so that's why affiliate marketing is changing slightly. And it's more in keeping with those brands that we talk about. It's not so fake. It's not, here's me in a product, selling it that way.
Oh, yeah.
It just, there's especially with Instagram, there was a massive flurry of that we saw last year. And into this year, and I think people are changing direction now for their brand and how they showcase their brand.
Yeah. No,
I'll tell you one I've seen recently. I was at the cinema.
Of course.
Watching Avengers again.
Right.
But
Is
again?
This what you sent around earlier?
Yeah. And I was sitting there with popcorn. And it's the trailers. You think, oh, here we go, the trailers. But they have some adverts. And one of these adverts was for Lloyd's Bank. And it's very mysterious. You've got these people walking across sort of like I think it's a hill down into a beach. And you've just got these horses galloping. And now before it starts, you don't know what this advert's about. And and the music pumps up, and it's got this nice track to it. And it's just got the horses, they're galloping down the beachfront towards these people. The people interact, and it's all very sort of, hang on, this is horses. And you know, because it's Black Horse.
Yeah.
That's Lloyd's Bank.
You've got a feeling.
But it's the way, and I didn't realise it. I thought, oh, I like that. That's nice. That was a nice video. And then I read this piece on the Harvard Business Review.
Before you do that, can I ask you one question? Do you bank with Lloyd's?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
So it might have swayed me a little bit.
Yeah, I just wondered if you didn't, would it make you consider them?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, because it was more. It was. I think it's advertising about connecting with people, and this quote about brands need to be more understanding. They need to connect with others, with consumers' feelings, to connect with their emotional motivations. And if you look at the advert, and then that got me into what Lloyd's Bank had done before that. And they did a video about it's for your next step and I saw the billboards for it because I remember the next step in your life, and they filmed this video where there's a black horse running through every step of someone's life, be it death, be it birth, be it marriage, be it new school, be it new starts in your life, and it's just so lovely done with the music. I just thought, oh yeah, they are in touch with one. I'm going through that in my life right now. I like the way that you're talking to me. I like your language.
It's grow with them.
So for me, that was just a point that I saw recently, and then I thought, what we talk about brands.
It was a very nice video.
I haven't seen it.
No. Watch it. It's really nicely done. It really does. Is that feels stuff. I had a look on a good website actually. I say good, cool brands website. It's worth having a look at. Just because there's some nice stuff on there to have a look at and get you seeing what it is that they see as a cool brand. Have a look.
Yeah, cool.
We'll put the link in it.
Yeah, I'm going to come up with something, just a little add-on to that, something quite traditional. I think a big part about building a brand is understanding that user, understanding the consumer. And there's two very traditional sort of philosophies. So you've got Maslow, the hierarchy of needs. So you've got those hierarchy of needs, and that's about what people want. And then you've also got Aristotle's seven causes of action. Okay. So you combine someone's needs with what they're looking for, with also what makes them take action, and you can kind of start to really understand how to target your users. And it's very traditional, but again, there's a lot of legs in understanding those two elements of human behaviour, human psychology.
Yeah. Oh, I've read something about that before.
Yeah.
There's a point where it's called something where you're about to purchase something, and you flip from sitting on the fence to literally go, I'll buy it.
Oh no!
Is it like the moment of truth?
Is there some sort of?
Because like
ZMOT.
that's the Google moment of truth, isn't it?
If asking around the room, how many times have you been stood there at the checkout or buying something
And you've stolen something?
No.
I was going to say I haven't.
No.
Okay.
But you've stood there and there's been two products. They probably do the same thing.
Yep.
Yet you've gone for the branded product because you've heard of it, you know it, yet it costs you more money.
Yeah.
Actually,
All done that?
I've got one.
Yes.
I've got one.
You know, so that's the power of brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You see, I've got this tree house that I need to build, and my drill broke. So basically, I either buy a DeWalt drill or I buy a Bosch. Now I know the Bosch is cheap when I get 2 batteries with it, or I buy the DeWalt. And it just
The what?
The DeWalt. It's a DeWalt.
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 Sorry.
DeWalt. It's a DeWalt drill.
I thought it was the DeWalt.
It's a DeWalt. It's a
Professional
drill.
choice of drill.
Exactly. But surely then.
But it cost me so much more.
I know.
Did you buy it?
Did you do
DeWalt.
it?
No.
You went for the Bosch one. But
So-
you still heard of Bosch.
Did you buy
Did you know
it?
anything?
No, I think
You borrowed somebody else's.
Went
Went for Black and Decker.
He hasn't bought it.
No, the Black and Decker
He
one, the
doesn't
one I've
know
got
what to
blew
do.
up. There are other drills available. But
You can't say that either.
You've got to make a decision.
Sorry, Karen, yeah.
so yeah, I need to make a decision. I can't make a decision.
But your passion isn't drills, so you're more likely to kind of sway
You're going to
towards.
read reviews, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I've
you're
done that.
not going to
Rationally,
use
I know
it all
I
the
need to go
time.
for the cheaper
But
drill.
listen,
It comes with 2 batteries.
if it was a TV, because you're a audio visual man, if it's a TV, you would be swayed to the more
No, the
expensive one.
TV is always the most expensive.
Of course,
TV.
there you go. It's again that's Aristotle's
No, the
needs
brands-
and actions.
Do they only do drills?
I know they do lots of things. The thing that hasn't helped is when we're shooting that video. They're on set. There was the carpenters, and I picked up one of their drills to help on.
And it was
one of them, and I was like, "Oh my god!" It literally just pulled a
Is
screw
that
out
stuck
like
in
that.
your mind?
Yes, it is. It is stuck with me. For
How
a
much
while.
more expensive is it?
It's about.
Lots.
It's probably about it's an extra 50 quid.
Yeah, lots on the value of a.
Oh no,
drill.
drill, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
I
like
guess
that
so. If
money.
you're looking on a bigger scale
we're
item.
not talking, TV level here, but
Not talking like a car.
but if they
Get the
make,
drill.
I need to because the tree
The
hasn't
good
gone up
one.
there. But anyway,
The
I'll
wow.
probably get the Bosch. The Bosch.
I think what we're saying is fundamentally branding's pretty important.
Yes.
And we all make
Well, it comes with
emotional and
everything.
irrational decisions based on the brands that we've exposed ourselves to and we want to be associated with.
Yeah, well,
It's a very good summary right there, Mr. Knowles.
He's done it.
That was good.
he's wrapped it up.
Have I?
That was a fantastic
He's
summary.
gone all coy now.
Stick a bow on his head.
We might need to replay that on the actual video and play
Maybe
it
we
twice.
could just cut the beginning to the end, and then there you go, wrap that
There you
up.
go. Mic drop.
You know Holly's going to put a bow on your head now in After Effects.
There it is. Look,
like to
everyone
see
point
it.
at the bow. There it is. Okay, super.
That's our first interactive video.
Interaction.
I like it. Well done. Right, I think that's it. Everybody else got anything to add?
No.
No.
Brilliant. Well, there you go then.
No.
Lovely. Right, we'll all go off and enjoy the sun, I guess. Quick shout out. If you haven't seen A Quiet Place, go see A Quiet Place. It's brilliant. Okay, that's it this week. So thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to reach out on our social channels at Thinkbda on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I think that's it. Oh, no, wait, of course. We almost forgot. Didn't we? Almost forgot. It's David's word of the week. David.
He blinks a
I
lot when
reckon he
thinks.
prepares it now. But
No,
you
I don't
was
prepare it.
startled, like
I
he
don't
doesn't know.
prepare it
Prepares
because
the
I don't
face.
know what we're going to say that might seem...
It's
The,
the guy
walk,
from
the
Walking
Walking
Dead.
Dead face.
Walking Dead face.
My
Shotgun.
word of the week is
Oh.
Oh,
Oh dear.
really value. That's a bit lame, isn't it, really?
why did you choose value?
Oh, I don't really know because of the value that a brand will create for you if you get it right.
And there we go.
There it is.
Oh no,
That's a bit flat, wasn't it?
Ended on a Wednesday afternoon with value. Value. So we value your
I
viewers.
think next week
I value my time in this podcast with you. Well, I've valued my time, Camille. I've definitely valued my time with you, David. So
Thank you.
I hope to value some more time with all our viewers next week. Reach out if you want to watch. If you value our podcast, we've got more. You can click some over here to view our last valued podcasts. If you want to see anything more value from BDA, don't be sure to check out www.thinkbda.com. So I think that's it. On that value note, we'll value the hell out of it. Bye.
V for value.
Bye-bye.
Value.
Brilliant.